Hey, Mark here. It's I don't know weekend hike, but I wanted to briefly mention what I did on Friday in the gym. I did like a push, hip hinge type workout, and one of the things that I've been trying to sort of engage my hamstrings and glutes and make sure that they're actually working and active is it's kind of like this what I would call like a single leg Romanian deadlift type of hold. I mean, you kind of do it as like a static hold in the beginning, just to try to make your glutes turn on and fire up, so that they're actually working. Prior to actually doing your hip hinge movement. So obviously, I can't give you a demonstration here. I'm in the middle of the woods, but well, I'll try to link a video to the end of this one to show this movement. But it's basically, you're standing on one leg, and then you put your other leg out behind you, and your body bends over at the hips, and you're sort of reaching forward. And in the first couple, I just try to do them like a static hold to kind of just balance and gradually lift that rear leg up. It's kind of like that move that the skaters do, when they're kind of gliding across the ice on one skate, and although it's not that stretched out and not that eloquent, but anyway, what'll happen is it'll force your glutes to finally turn on, because they're trying to stabilize you as you're in this kind of rocky position. It's very good for balance too, which is something that we all need. But so I do that a couple of reps, just sort of this hold and gradually lift, and until that butt muscle is just burning. And then I'll do a couple of reps where I'm actually pumping out, slow, like single leg deadlift movements. No weight, it's just body weight, where I'm reaching down towards my shins, and stretching out, lifting that back leg and pumping, and I do some reps. And what this does is it really gets your hamstrings and glutes to actually turn on and activate, because you may not know, but from all this sitting and stuff that we all do, we do way too much sitting. That those muscles on the back of our body, the posterior chain, the hamstrings, the glutes, those things get kind of locked up and don't actually work well anymore. So even though you're trying to call them into play, if you're trying to deadlift or something that requires the glutes and the hamstrings to fire, they might not be firing because they're kind of turned off. So a good thing to do is make sure they're working before you do your hip hinge movement. Like if you do deadlifts now and you have a sore low back when you're done, that's because maybe your form sucks too, but it's probably because you're not really turning on your, or actually moving the weight with the hamstrings and glutes like you want to. And that's just because they're not working properly. They're kind of asleep. So before you do the, like kettlebell swings or any kind of deadlift movement, try this kind of what I call a Romanian deadlift, single leg Romanian deadlift, body weight. Get those butt muscles and hamstrings to fire up. Make sure they're working first, and then you'll get a lot better lift when you're doing your hip hinge movement, and you'll also stay away from hurting a low back.